dropped off a load of aluminum in Atkins, Virginia. 14,700 pounds. Got a pretty good rate on it. And now we are headed to Alabama. Nurse said it's time for my stepmom. So her oxygen went down to like 80. And she's just almost completely out of it. So we're gonna go down. I'm gonna spend some time with my dad. He looks terrible. He looks pretty scared. So I'll probably spend a week down there. We're like 4 hours from the house, so it didn't really make sense to go drop the trailer back off. So I guess we'll just take the trailer with us. Maybe try to find something down there next week, or however long we're gonna be. And this should be fun, getting my gigantic trailer into his little bitty neighborhood. Yeah, we'll record my excellent backing skills. I can barely back into a parking spot at the truck stop, so man. All right, we'll see you in Alabama. That's pollen. That yellow stuff, that haze. It's disgusting. If you haven't been in the South where all the pine trees grow, Georgia and South, this is what it looks like in the spring. Just yellow stuff everywhere.
Backing into one of the weirdest spots. It is April the 2nd, 2026. Been a rough couple of weeks. March 25th, my stepmom passed away. She didn't make it. We had a load to deliver on Monday, a couple days before that, and her oxygen dropped to 80. So they put her on oxygen, and they said you might want to call Bryce. So went down to Virginia, slept there, dropped off the load 6 a.m. oh dark 30. That's why I didn't film it. It was pitch black and raining, so dropped off some aluminum. It was a pretty good load, so we had to make it through the week. But we're on our way Monday, and we had caregivers and cameras in there for a while, so got to talk to her on the camera. Last thing she said was, "Is Bryce coming?" And then she just kind of, her jaw locked shut. She wasn't responding, and hospice came out, and I didn't know this. I don't know if this is normal or what, but apparently hospice just comes, checks on her once a day, and they had me administering the morphine and lorazepam or whatever it was, like an anti-anxiety medication, her final doses, and I didn't know that, so I had to give her all that, you know, squeeze it between her cheeks. She couldn't open her mouth, and just watched her die. And at 9 o'clock Wednesday night, she was gone. And I had to tell my dad. My dad was actually sleeping right next to her, and he looks at me. He was like, "Is she dead?" I said, "Yeah, she's dead." She said, "Oh, shit." So called hospice. They had one nurse come out. Also had to clean my stepmom up and change her. Help the nurse. And we've been hanging out with my dad for a week. He's taking it pretty well. He's like me. He doesn't cry too much. So we had her cremated. She's in the vase up on the mantle. So he's all right. I still got caregivers and a nurse there for him 24/7. So it is Thursday, so a little over a week. And got some more good news. Our dispatch is being audited, and they got about 40 non-CDL drivers, 5 CDL drivers. I'm one of the CDLs. Obviously, I got the massive truck. And they're looking at dropping CDL drivers because the CDL guys, I don't really know the difference between non-CDL and CDL, but I'm guessing there's more paperwork and, you know, stickers or license plates, something required, of course. So I've been waiting on them for a few days now, and I really don't know what to do. So what we did was my nephew's trailblazer broke down. He lives in Florida, about 4 hours away, so I was gonna put the Hotshot to use. So we went down there, loaded it on the back. It barely made it up them ramps. I had to get like a running start. Sorry I didn't video it because it was in the middle of the road. He lives in a neighborhood, and that was some pretty gnarly turns. And like in the middle of Ocala, Florida. And I don't know if you've ever been through Ocala on I-75. It is busy, and it was right in front of the school, so I had to do it like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. That was fun. And it's already like ridiculous hot. It's almost 90 degrees in Florida. That's why I live in Kentucky. But we are on our way back to Alabama. Got a couple hours left. Go drop the trailblazer off to her dad. He's been a service, what do you call that, the guy that does the service in the mechanic shops at a bunch of dealerships. He's been
Service writer, maybe?
I thought he was like manager or something. Yeah,
I don't know what he does.
it was Ford, Chevy, and Mercedes. And he knows what he's doing. Either he'll fix it, or he knows somebody that will. So we're gonna go drop it off to him, and then probably maybe visit my dad one more time. And we got to see our kids. Seen our kids in 2 weeks. They didn't get a spring break because snow in Kentucky, but we had like 3 weeks of snow last year in Kentucky, and we still got a spring break, and they still got out in May. I don't know, man. I think they changed the rules or something, and it just, kids are taking off. Like they already had vacations planned to go to spring break, and they just went, and they just saved all their absences for this week. So
Not our
probably
children.
we should. Yeah, our kids are like, I got sniffles. We're gonna take off.
Oh, I'm tired.
So, whatever. All right, we'll see you in Alabama. Watch me unload this trailblazer. Should be fun. Oh, I forgot to mention, Backseat Princess is up front today.
Woo!
All right.
How do you turn it off?
God, man. Dothan, Alabama. They built a bypass to bypass the town and built all the businesses on the bypass. It takes less time to go through town than to go on the bypass. That doesn't make any sense. This place is backwards. Sweet home Alabama. I could have went through downtown and got there. I would have been there by now. Literally a bypass. It's a circle around the town where they built all of the businesses, and then you got like 400 red lights. Look, here we go. Another one. Another red light. Like, what's the point? Why would you just, you know, just build a bridge going over the whole thing? They'd probably build businesses on that too. They'd have businesses all over the bridge. Isn't this like the most businesses per capita or something like that?
I know it has restaurants.
Yeah.
Most restaurants per capita.
There's plenty of places to eat, except Hooters. God forbid you build a Hooters here. Eat the devil. All right. 9 minutes turned into 400 years on the bypass. It took longer to get around the bypass than it did to get here from Florida. Hobo pantry. Okay. Jesse, it's only 20 minutes on the fuck. How you doing, young man? I need a carton and 5 on these.
Goofball.
That's why you wear padded gloves. That still hurt me. Woo, buddy. Been out of work for 2 weeks. Diesel's almost $6 a gallon. But I love my nephew and I do anything for him.
That one came a little easier, huh?
I don't know what I'm hopping. You guys have any pointers about this stuff? Wrong, let me know.
It's wrong. It's all wrong.
Because I do not know what I'm doing. Well, this is to do commercial roofing, now I'm doing Hotshot.
Ooh, he's so strong. Trailblazer's seen some things,
Alright.
been some places.
I'm hooking it on these things right here. I'm doing it underneath it just so it can kind of evenly distribute the weight. If anybody got any pointers, I'm doing it right, wrong, or maybe that's exactly how you're supposed to do it. I don't know. But I do put this thing really tight on the tires because there's so many potholes. It likes to bunny hop. I don't want this thing bunny hopping off of the trailer. But this Trailblazer was ours in 2004. We bought it
used. It's a 2003, and it's changed hands in our entire family for the last 23 years. This sucker barely made it up the ramp. Let's see if it'll make it down the ramp and down the road to your dad's house. All right, let's do it.
Let's see. It sounds like a truck. But it started. We just can't get it in third gear or it will shut off.
Not a mechanic, but I don't think it's supposed to sound like that.
It sounds like a truck, like a diesel
Like it
truck.
has no exhaust.
Oh.
All right, baby. Good luck. I love you.
Thank you.
Hopefully you'll make it down the road.
If I don't, I need my phone or your phone.
If I don't see you again.
You have your phone?
Like a club. Left, right, back and forth.
You did it. You did it.
Neighborhood, man.
You did it. You did it.
Now if we can just get the camper on there, bring the camper home, redo it. That would be amazing.
All right.
All right, we're at Dad's house. And the nurse is here to keep him company, so give him one last goodbye until we see him again. There's people going back up the on-ramp. That's how bad this is. Just north of Atlanta. Must have been a car wreck. Well, figured out what the 2-hour delay was. Oh man, that's terrible. I hope they're all right.
I found a faster route,
There's
the
a drone.
I-75 North, which saves 3 minutes.
Ooh. People doing dumb stuff, man. Stop running into the big trucks. Stop cutting them off. These trucks can't stop, man. People don't understand. All right, y'all saw that? That is people not driving right. There's no job, there's no load, there's no nothing that you got to get to fast enough that's worth your life, man. It's just unreal, man. You saw that truck flipped over and you saw a couple other vehicles, and I don't
I don't doubt for 1 minute that somebody didn't make it out of there. You know, just slow down. Give trucks their space, man. You know, I got a Ford F450 and a 10,000 pound trailer with a 15,000 pound payload, and I'm at 35,000 pounds max, and I am still not even half the weight of these semis. They doing 80,000 pounds plus, and they can't slow down, they can't brake, and if they have to turn hard to try to save your life, they're gonna go off the road and they're gonna hit something, and they ain't gonna stop. They're gonna hit hard. So just slow down, be patient. You know, and to the young lady that was hanging out her window flipping me off somewhere in Ohio or Michigan or whatever, look at me, young lady, you need to slow down. You know, I was going 55, speed limit was 55, it was 2 interstates merging, and my lane was ending and I had to merge, and I looked back, nobody was coming, put my signal light on, started to merge, and here comes this car just flying up, man, and they had to slam on their brakes, and you know, I had nowhere to go. I was in the lane was ending, and then once traffic opened up, she comes up on the right side with her window down, hanging out her window, just calling me every name in the book, just flipping me off, and I was like, 55, you know, and you know, I know you're somebody's daughter, man, and as a father and a mother, I wouldn't be proud of my kid if they were doing, you know, stuff like that. I mean, she had to be going like 80 in a 55, man, and if you hit somebody going that fast, you're gonna ruin your day and ruin my day and everybody else's day, and it's gonna be bad. I mean, we're just waiting in traffic for what, an hour to close the road, and you know, nobody wants that, man. We lost our nephew, what, 4 years ago. He was 28 years old, left 2 kids behind because he was just going too fast, and it started to rain, and he hydroplaned into the back of a semi, and that was it, man. And that was a really, really bad day. We still haven't got over it. You know, his mama still cries, we still cry. His birthday was, what, March 28th? We celebrated his birthday with his kids, and his brother and sister. You know, you can't imagine, you know, that they're gone, man. And it's just because of what? Because you got to get somewhere in a hurry. It's not worth it, man. So just slow down, especially with semis. Give them space, man. Yeah. All right, we'll see you in Kentucky. Yay. Park. Gotta park up there. I'm getting inspected. And I'm empty. That's awesome. What the fuck? Alright, so I just got pulled in for inspection. DOT officer drove up, and I told him what happened. I've been on personal conveyance for 2 weeks since my stepmom passed away, and he was like, well, you know, sorry for that, and you know, I pulled you in because your company has bad safety ratings, and yeah, that's probably why my company hasn't called me in about a week. So they said they were looking at getting rid of the CDL drivers, and it's not looking good. So I don't know what to do, but you know, there's no logs to inspect, and I mean, he kind of felt sorry for me, and I appreciate that. Good guys, man. We're here in close to Knoxville, Tennessee. I don't know what inspection station it was, but I really appreciate that. All right, see you in Kentucky. again. Read that again. Read it loud.
Oh, this percentile score 0 to 100, where lower is better, shows the company is performing poorly compared to its peers. A score in the 80s or 90s is considered unsustainable, generally putting the carrier in the worst 20% of safety performers. Did I say that louder?
What was our...
86.
Yeah, I'm afraid it's time to find a new company. I mean, it sucks because they got money in escrow. You know, it's about $2,000. They do $2,000 for the year in case you just like decide to dump them.
High inspection
I mean,
rates.
it's been a week that they haven't called me, and I don't know what to do. You know, lose $2,000 and go with somebody else, or just keep waiting. You know, I think today's Friday. I'll give them till Monday, but
I have important information. If your score is between 75 and 100, you will automatically get pulled over for inspections at weigh stations.
well, that's
There you go.
awesome. That's why.
A score of 80% or higher is a serious red flag.
Crap. Well, great. I don't know how many is left from Tennessee to Kentucky, but let's see. We're on
Let's hope we don't get
75 and 40 north and east. I think we go 75 up to was it Somerset, Kentucky, and get off right there, and then there's a couple hours up to our house. So we got about an hour and a half left. Maybe one more way station. I don't know. I haven't looked, but oh, that sucks, man. We'll see you Monday. See y'all at the house.